Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about the actress who played Faye in the very, very, very short-lived Netflix adaptation of Cowboy Bebop, apparently walking back some of the things she said about the character,
no
about
one's
the
going to
fandom.
notice.
Remember when I denigrated the fandom and basically cost viewership on the show? Because, we talked about this in another video we recorded about the director of Andor, and you can say things that maybe aren't necessarily true about the show. They're your opinions, and they can still damage the show. And this was one of the best cases, I think, because she shot her mouth off. I think a lot of people did not tune into the show. They didn't even give the show a chance. I mean, the show was shit. Yeah, it's moments, but it was mostly shit. But she definitely didn't help.
No, she did not. And I think it's funny because she's acting like, I never said that. You're like, she's trying to gaslight everybody now.
I know, right?
It's like, oh, this people misunderstood me. It's like, no, you doubled down on it at the time. They didn't misunderstand you.
Nobody misunderstood you. So let's talk about, I can't believe we're talking about Netflix Cowboy Bebop, like 3 or 4 years, 5 years.
I don't even remember
after
what year it came out. It was a while ago.
2021, I guess.
Dang.
Yeah, so it came out in 2021. It was canceled almost immediately. It was actually canceled, I believe, before, within the first 2 weeks of it being
was
released.
fast.
Yeah, it was like one of the fastest cancellations I've ever seen. Like, yep, they're never going to do it. Thank God, because that kid they had playing Ed, I'm like, I cannot watch. No. I cannot watch a whole season of that kid playing Ed. There's no way in hell. Let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, you'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
This is coming to us via Fandom Pulse. Daniella Pineda backtracks on her derision of Cowboy Bebop fans 3 years after the show's release. Wow. Yeah, so she played Faye Valentine. Back in 2021, she posted an update to her Instagram story called Fan Apology. In the video, she said, hey guys, as you know, our Cowboy Bebop first look dropped today, which was so exciting. And I just wanted to address a couple of things that keep coming up in the comments amongst fans. First, I want to apologize to the fans. I did not anatomically match Faye Valentine's character, 6 foot double D breast size, 2-inch waist. They looked everywhere for that woman. They couldn't find her. It was kind of weird. So they just went with my short ass. I know I'm right. Yeah, she was very condescending.
Mm-hmm. Even her body language was very condescending.
Yeah. God, she just, her eye roll and everything. Like, I mean, she was basically proto Ziegler. Like, she really,
she wasn't as bad. She didn't go full Ziegler.
She didn't go full Ziegler, but it was a taste of things to come, I think, where it was kind of like, let's antagonize the audience a year before the thing comes out or whatever to, make sure they don't watch. She didn't get as political to the best of my knowledge, but yeah.
Yeah, she made fun of the costume. She said, another thing I wanted to bring up, and I want to apologize for the outfit I'm wearing. It's not exactly what she wears in the anime. We tried, but doing stunts and tissue paper, things disappear, they rip, sometimes they just get lost. Anyway, I was saying, the original costumes, they made a couple of them, but like I said, they're sort of got slurped up in my various crevices, never to be retrieved again. So we really needed to build something that could withstand the test of time.
Yeah, because she was dressed a lot more conservatively than Faye, but yeah, so this was her way of promoting it. And I don't know, I don't even know what you call this style. I like the LOL, so random kind of style of promotion or whatever. It's like, it doesn't work. It actually usually backfires, especially when you're dealing with something like Cowboy Bebop that is so beloved. Like, you don't want to be just, yucking it up at the expense of the character designs. No. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what the hell they're thinking. So a few months after deriding fans of the anime, Pineda stood by her comments, telling Deadline, it was definitely my first interaction with very, very vocal trolls. Social media gives access to pretty much anyone who wants to say anything, including you.
After she just did. Yeah, exactly.
After she did it. Although I feel like some people would be disheartened, I found a way to clap back with that video that I gave, which was very cheeky and silly. Again, I want to remind you.
She just called everybody trolls and said she clapped back because the vocal trolls. She just said that, okay?
Cowboy Bebop canceled by Netflix after one season. It was canceled almost immediately.
Yeah. So now she's trying to pretend like it didn't happen, and everybody just misunderstood her. She's literally trying to gaslight everyone.
Oh my God. So let's see. When speaking with the direct, how did the direct become this like go-to? Because all these people are going to the direct now.
I don't know.
While speaking to the direct for upcoming film, The Accountant 2, there is an Accountant 1. Pineda has completely changed her story. She said, I want to clarify something. So years ago, it wasn't that long ago, when the franchise came out on Netflix, I was shooting a movie in Puerto Rico and I was goofing off and I'm not used to anyone watching my videos.
Oh, bullshit.
I made this dumb video kind of poking fun at myself because I was getting all these DMs from people being like, you're terrible and you're fat, go away. Just like awful, awful messages. So I made
You were being a sarcastic bitch.
Yeah, I know, right? She was being a sarcastic bitch. So I made this on a whim Instagram story, just joking about the fact that like, sorry guys, I'm sorry I was cast. I used the word fans when I meant to say trolls. It's all the same, right? According to most people. And then it caught wind. Everybody was like, she's hating on the fans. And I was like, this is getting lost in translation. I'm responding.
It wasn't lost in translation. Again, trolls, your definition of fans. Fans, according to her, means anybody who likes and agrees with her. Trolls means anybody who's calling out and questioning decisions. That's what it meant. So, they were just fans in general. And you just went ahead and just pissed on a bunch of them. I totally did it. Stop lying.
I can tell you as somebody who watched Cowboy Bebop when it first dropped in the 90s, that I was actually kind of sort of okay with it. It was kind of cheesy. I was like, I'm getting Tarantino vibes from this thing until she showed up. I was just like, not only was she not Faye, but like, I was like, oh God, she hates the people who love the anime because she was making fun of the character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she goes, this is getting lost in translation. I'm responding to trolls, not fans. No, see, that's it. People like her and the media and Hollywood, to them, fans are anybody who agrees with your vision. If you don't agree with it or like their stuff, it's not their fault. It's because you're a troll, not a fan. And then she was doing the exact same thing. You don't get to say that's not the case now, sweet cheeks. You don't.
Yeah, so she's like, yeah, I had to put that out there. I got swept up. So yeah, I'm sure they're probably like, hey, let's talk about The Accountant too. And they're like, hey, yeah, so Cowboy Bebop, which was canceled a couple weeks after it dropped because it was so god awful. Because Netflix. So here's the thing, Netflix, they know the numbers like day one. And as I understand it from people in and around the Netflix thing, like if your show or movie does not take off within the first week or two, it's done. Like they're not going to do any more, especially one that costs as much. So just think of all the people that did not tune in because they're like, oh, she hates Faye. Why am I going to watch this?
Yeah, because she was just making fun of everything about it.
Right. So she said, I feel like those animations, they mean so much to people.
Animations, okay.
Those cartoons and shit, yeah, they mean so much to people and shit. They mean so much to people. Yeah, it's only considered one of the best anime series of all time. I'm just saying.
Those no, it's an animation.
An animation. It's one of the best Japan animations ever. They mean so much to people. They're so personal, and I think people really connect to when they watched it and the point in their lives. And so I just feel like, and I'll say this having been in one, I think that these studios, they need to do a better job at valuing that IP. It's really special.
As she says, as she shits all over the character in her video.
The people on Bebop, they worked hard, very hard, but it's just a special thing. That was one that, like, I don't think you could have. Well, I thought the same thing about One Piece. One Piece actually wasn't the train wreck I thought it was going to be. So who knows? I understand why the fans felt the way they did, but I also think there's a lot of really cool, wonderful things that we did. And I also wish we could have gotten the second season. Well, I think you are part of the reason why it didn't happen. Sometimes you just need one season to get things done and you prove yourself. Well,
yeah, but it could have been if she hadn't opened her mouth. I think it probably still would have been canceled either way. But the thing is, it might not have been done as quickly. It might not have people wanted to give it more of a chance had she kept her damn mouth shut.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying here. And this is the same with anybody who works on this stuff. When you say dumb, controversial shit, like I'm not saying you're not allowed to have your opinions, right? But when you're out there speaking on behalf of something, especially an existing IP, and you're looking to get as many people to watch your show or buy your book or whatever as possible, maybe attacking the source material isn't the best
or the fans.
Or the fans. maybe making fun of it, not the best thing you could do. Getting overly political, not the best thing you can do, because there's a lot of options out there. There's a lot of things people can watch or read or buy.
The original animations.
Right? Just buy the Blu-ray of the original. But like, you give people a reason to nope out, right? And this became like, oh God, and because of this, I have to think that Netflix had an uphill challenge with One Piece, because that was the first thing I thought
they
too.
did, from my understanding, because they were afraid it was going to be another Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, and the show, I mean, beyond the show itself, and there was some, like I said, the first couple episodes till she showed up, I was like, yeah, it's not terrible, it's not great, but it could have been worse. And I was like, oh God, she's annoying. But yeah, there were people who never even gave it a chance because of the shit she said. And they're like, well, they obviously, so if she's saying this and she's one of the leads, they must obviously hate the source material. She's over there yucking it up and making fun of the character.
The way she did it too was basically like, if you're one of the ones thinking those things, you are the troll, not the fan.
Right.
The fans would be completely on board with her saying the things she was saying and dressing the way she was dressing and doing what she was doing. And the implication is, if you had any concerns or you were bringing up any points, you were the troll, not the fan. And she's still kind of doubling, tripling down on that.
Yeah. So she's not going to admit she was wrong necessarily, because you don't want to do that. I mean, but.
Well, she should, but
she should. But I'm just saying, like, Hollywood, they won't do that. Like, very seldom do they do that. Because if that's the case, then you're like, oh, okay, you're sorry now. But you can't be sorry next time you say something stupid, right? And she's probably got her PR person or whatever, like, telling her, like, here's how you handle it. You just kind of sidestep it, right? But yeah, again, I think the one thing that Hollywood's going to learn painfully is that you have got to try to win back every customer you can, even if you don't like them. If you think they're awful, they're paying. Just dance, monkey dance.
Yeah, it's not your job. Like, going about the IP, they need to value their IP more. Well, the actors, it's your job to value the IP as well. And one thing with One Piece is a lot of the people that they hired, I think, were fans of it.
Yes.
Which is something different, I think, than what we had.
Well, they had the creator involved in it too, which helps. But now the guy who was the director, I guess he's like taking a leave of absence or something.
He's not doing it now. Yeah.
So I don't know how it's going to go from here on out. It's like X-Men '97. They're not going to have Bo DeMayo, and I'm like, I don't think the next season's going to be any good, because you got to have somebody who actually gives a shit about the source material. So there we go. I just thought that was. It's interesting. So Collider's take on it is they need to do a better job. So they're leading with her being like, yeah, you need to do a better job adapting the anime, but not talking about how she came out and said, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
No, she kind of didn't.
Taken the wrong way.
No, what she said
misunderstood.
What she said was, you misunderstood. I wasn't talking about fans. I was talking about trolls. But then you worded it that anybody who was questioning any of those things you're mocking anybody who was doing that as if they were the troll. So pretty much everyone was a troll. And that's just it. You can't have it both ways.
Well, it's the same with Star Wars too. Like, all the people, like, the narrative is like Star Wars fans were attacking Kelly Marie Tran and John Boyega.
Where? They never show it. Or if they do, it's like a couple people, and then they paint it with a broad brush.
Yeah. It's like
where?
Where some are these garbage people?
Fans?
And I'm going to tell you, I think for 100%, we were talking about it. Like, was it this video or the other video? I was talking about people pretending to be on Reddit. I can't even tell the videos apart. We do them back to back, but we're talking about, people like false flagging and stuff like that. And I guarantee you, there are some people that are trying to stir the shit that want to make the audience look bad, that will go out and pretend to be like, oh, look at me, I'm Mr. MAGA, and I'm going to tell you should kill yourself.
Yeah.
Snicker, 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 snicker. And you're not actually, you know what I'm saying?
So there's a caricature of something.
A caricature. And I've had that happen. We had people.
You've had that happen several times.
People before that were like, coming at me and being like, I'm one of your biggest fans and I believe these horrible things. And I'm like, no, you're not. Or you would know that we don't believe the same things you're saying that we believe. You're just trying to stir shit up to get people to think we're awful people. Like, shut the fuck up. You're not real Clownfish TV fans. You're just trolls.
That's right.
Making a distinction. Or my favorite's like, I used to watch you, and then you started talking about XYZ thing. I'm like, bitch, you never watched us, because we've been talking about XYZ things since the very beginning.
Oh, Disney. It's usually Disney. I'm like, but that's what we started out doing.
It's like
Anyway.
you started talking about Disney. You started talking smack about Mickey Mouse. Now I hate you.
It's like, where have you been?
Where have you
Anyway,
been?
are we going to wrap this up?
We're going to wrap this up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.